Hello, this is Candy with eyes2jesus.blogspot.com, and it has been a little while since I've put up videos. Things just got way too busy, but here I am, and I am happy to be bringing you my September planner tour. So this is a planner that I am currently in. So you might notice this is not personal size. I am back in pocket size. I just really missed how much more lighter and smaller pocket size was, and so I'm trying to see if I can make pocket size work again, so I'm giving it another go. I tried pocket size a few years ago, so giving it another try, see what happens. I do like just regular pocket size. This is a Smart Fee pocket size with 19mm rings. This is in the brown ostrich. I love this one a lot. Unfortunately, when I do have everything in it, it won't snap. So even though the Smart Fees have, you know, the looser and tighter snap, I can't even get it to snap. I can get it to snap on the loosest, but the second I put it in my purse, it just unsnaps. And then it's inconvenient because it's splayed open in my purse, and then I can't reach for other stuff in my purse because my planner is splayed open, taking up the whole top of my purse, and I have to keep pushing it to the side to get stuff. So I moved into a Moterm Pocket Luxe. The Pocket Luxe has 30mm rings, and it also has the 2 snaps. And I actually have this on the tighter snap. It is a bit of a stretch. So if I get this any more full, I'll have to use a looser snap, which I am fine with. That's what they are there for. And this is my favorite color. My favorite color is red. And this happens to be my favorite shade of red. This is my favorite shade of my favorite color. And this is in Moterm's new vegetable tan leather. So it's their leather that it's not croco or pebbled. It's more of their smoother leather line. And just to do a quick comparison before I go into the planner tour, I do also have this in the Moterm Pebbled and in Moterm Croco. So I have the Moterm Gray Croco. I love their Gray Croco. I also have this Gray Croco in personal size. So here they are, comparison Gray Croco to their Crimson Red Vegetable Tan. And I would say feel and quality-wise, the vegetable tan is a bit nicer feeling than the Croco. Their Crocos can sometimes feel a little bit plasticky, so this does feel like leather. So it does feel nicer than the Croco. It actually feels very similar to a good portion of the leather Franklin Covey binders that I've handled. Not the Ava. The Ava's buttery soft, but most of the Franklin Covey planners, this is very similar feel to their leather. Now, if I compare this though to the Moterm's Pebble, the Moterm's Pebble, in my opinion, feels the best out of the 3 Moterm leathers, whether it's going to be the Croco, the Pebbled, or the Vegetable Tan. The Pebbled feels the nicest to me. So I actually have a Pebbled in their mustard coming. I do have the mustard in the personal size. I love it, so I'm excited that I'm going to have a Pebbled in the mustard coming. So I know the vegetable tan is all the rage. I do think it's pretty because I do get tired of Pebbled, so it's nice to have not Pebbled, and I mean, this is my favorite color, so that's fabulous. And these do mark up, and it looks like they're going to patina. They don't mark up and patina as easily as oil pull leather, which is the smooth leathers of the Smart Fees. I like the Smart Fee pockets way better than the Moterm pockets. They have better pockets in my opinion, but 19mm rings and the narrow footprint, I can't close the strap. And I love the Smart Fee brown ostrich so much. So I got to be in it, but then once I started rolling with my weekend and I got everything in there, it just didn't work out for me anymore. So I'm in this beauty. And I was between these two. I was unsure which to go for. This fits in my purse much easier because it's more narrow. But this fits my stuff. So 19mm rings was a stretch, and then I couldn't close it. 30mm rings, and it is working fabulously for me. So going inside for my September planner tour, when you first open it up, we have these front pockets. Inside the zipper pocket, I keep some change, and then I have my washi card here, and then I have hole reinforcement stickers, Avery labels, and Avery dots. And then in the secretarial flap, I just have some sticky notes that I rarely use. They're like from the Post-it brand. It's your top 3 priority sticky notes. And I think that's all I have in there right now. And then we have the leather fly leaf that comes with it. So inside the pen loop, I just have a pretty ballpoint pen. I believe it's from Dollar Tree, and it came in a set. And I like to have ballpoint pens for filling out checks, forms, etc. But this is my secondary pen. My main pen is back here because I'm right-handed, so I like to pull from the back pen loop. Alright, and then inside the pocket, because this is a Luxe 2.0, so you just have one slanted pocket, I have the thank you card that came with Moterm. This is as thick as my Visa card, their thank you card, and then it's got some Moterm information on the back, and it's pretty, so I'm actually keeping it. And I know a lot of people are turning these into washi cards, because this is fabulous to make a washi card out of, so there's always that as well. Okay, so then my first page in the rings is my laminated page called Christian Supplications. So the front and back of this page are some scriptures. And then I have a current couples picture of my husband and I. And I have a little top tab here, because if I grab it and flip it, it brings me to my running grocery list. And also on the back of that page is some quick grab sticky notes. And then I don't have much here because I just got groceries yesterday. But this is where I write down things that I'm low on, or that I'm out of, or that I want to get. And then each day before grocery day, I will then recompile all of the stuff into a grocery list that's in the order of the aisles of the store of which I shop. So I have several sheets of paper up front for that. And then we come to my first homemade divider, and it's labeled Home. So this is my homemaking section. So going inside home, we have my daily tasks. And my daily tasks, it's mostly my cleaning chores. But it also contains like when I like to pay bills and do my budget and stuff like that. And then I have my children's chores. And then I have our table chore schedule with the children. And then I have just a filler paper where I track paid chores that the children do, so I can pay them out for that each week. And then I have my deep cleaning and organization projects that I like to run through. And my master grocery list, I reference my master grocery list when I'm making my grocery list for the week to see if there's anything that I'm forgetting. I just skim through it. And then my master grocery list has a little top flag on it, because if I grab that little flag and flip the page, it brings you to my menu for the week. And I do write out our breakfasts, lunches, suppers, and their sides for the week. So I flip to this quite often, obviously. And then after that, I have breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, and supper ideas, and those all also contain suggested sides to go with those main dishes. And then I have my Thanksgiving and New Year's menus, because I usually host those holidays here and do the cooking. And then after that, we come to a little side tab. I just took 2 bigger labels and stuck them together to make a little side tab, which I thought was cute. And you'll see this is table of contents. The rest of my homemaking section are my recipes. So the pages are numbered, and my table of contents is just the name of the sections in my recipes. And then each section, the recipes are in alphabetical order. So I can turn to my recipes really quickly that way. So flipping past that, we come to my next homemade divider, which is labeled School. So this is my homeschooling section, and I should mention this pocket planner has everything in it. It's my brain. It's got everything. It's fabulous. Everything in one place, small, simple, yet easy to use, and that's what I like. Okay, so I am a homeschooling mother of 4 children. 3 of my children are adults, and they were homeschooled all the way through. So now I'm down to homeschooling my youngest child, and she is doing 11th grade this year. So my homeschool section is for her 11th grade homeschool. So at the first page in here is her homeschool schedule for this academic year, and then the course of study, or her curriculum chart. So it's the subjects and information on them and what we're working on in 11th grade. And then after that, I have her reading lists and her copywork assignments. We homeschool via the Trivium method, by the way, in case you're interested. That's something to look up. And then I lay out for our Monday school, and then here is our, if I can get that the chart, our Tuesdays and Wednesdays school, and then our Thursday school, and then some note paper. And you won't see a layout for Friday school because we do little to no homeschool on Fridays. We have and do homeschool 4 days a week, Monday through Thursdays. We generally take Fridays and the weekends off, and we homeschool year-round with the exception of the month of July. We take the month of July off, and then that gives me time to kind of get all the records straight if I'm behind on them from that previous years of homeschool, from that previous year of homeschool, and then to get the materials and get everything set up for the next academic homeschool year, which starts promptly in August. So here we are in September, so we're in our second month of this new academic year of homeschool, where my youngest is in 11th grade. So we move to my next homemade divider, and it's labeled budget. Like I said, I have everything in here, so this is my budgeting section. So the very first page in here is my budgeting guide, and we get paid weekly. So I have written down which bills or auto pay bills or reoccurring expenses are paid on which check during the month. So I have the checks numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then I also have a section called cash, things that we like to spend in cash and that we need to look at, etc. So that's also where, it would remind me to look at the calendar and see, do we have a birthday, a holiday, appointments, a special outing, a special event, etc. that I need to budget extra money for. And so I use this as my budget guide. And then my budgeting pages, it's just filler paper. I write the date of the check that I'm budgeting for at the top. I write down the expenses from the budgeting guide, and then I take a look at my calendar, and then I just track it all there. And I'm always budgeted at least 1 month in advance. And actually, we just started September, so I have all of September budgeted, so I need to sit down later today and budget out at least all of October, if not somewhat into November. So yeah, it's my budgeting section. So my next homemade divider is reference. So the reference section is handy because that's where you can put other things that need to be in your planner, but they don't need their own sections. So the first page, my reference section, is table of contents. So the pages in my reference section are numbered. So then instead of each of these things getting its own tiny section, which it doesn't need, it's just listed in my table of contents. So in my reference section, I have gift ideas, birthdays and holidays guide, stock list, perpetual calendar, family information, directions, contacts, codes, health, and food information. So that's just all in here. So if I need to turn to any of these things in my reference section, I just look up the page number and turn to it. But I also have a few flags. I have a flag stuck out on the side. I have one stuck out on the top on some of the things that I turn to the most that I've noticed in my reference section, so I can just flip to those directly. So we go to my next homemade divider, and it's labeled Assorted. So assorted would be where a lot of people would call their brain dump. So this is where I'm writing out ideas. It's things that don't need their own sections. It's not necessarily going to be permanent in my planner. If it is something that looks like it's going to stay in my planner a long time or become permanent, then I move it to my reference section. I put a page number on it, and I write it in on my table of contents. So this is also like I have ideas for my YouTube channel that I write down, ideas for my website. I have learner's permit, driver's license, and college information for my kids. I have a list of the paid holidays. So, I mean, yeah, the list of the paid holidays, that probably could go into the reference section for my husband, but I just keep it here. Same with different print sizes for personal, and half letter size and pocket size. So I have that there for me. And then I have a list of some funny songs that sometimes I like to play to goof off on the Alexa device, etc. And then I just have pen tests, various different cleaning schedules I had to try and go into during part of summer when we got too busy and had to alter things. And then I have a little side flag that's just on the last page where I've written notes on. And then after that, I have several sheets of blank paper to continue notes on. Then I can move that flag when I need to. And then I have another little homemade top tab made out of those two stickers facing each other. And from here on, the rest of the section is filler paper. And I just take filler paper from there and add it to wherever I need it in my planner. And then when this gets low, I add more filler paper to this section. So my assorted section is brain dump and extra filler paper. That's it. So my next and last homemade divider is labeled planning. So in planning, you see I have an ollie clip here because I do have month on 2 pages in here, but but they're not tabbed like I'm used to, like, with a day timer, at a glance, Mead, and Franklin Covey, you have tabbed month on 2 pages, a tab for each month. So in the pocket size, I don't have that. So what I'm using, and I already had this in my stash when I was considering if I was going to go into pocket size or not at the beginning of this year. So I already had this, and it's a Filofax month on 2 pages, dated for 2022. So I just stuck those in here. They're not tabbed, but it is month on 2 pages, which is mandatory for me. And so I just use this ollie clip to my divider, and then I just have it clipped to the current month I'm on. So that way I just have to grab this and flip it open, and it brings me to the current month that I'm on. So here is September, and bring it to more of a blank calendar. This is October, and this is what the Filofax month on 2 pages looks like. So it's not bad, and I write small already, so it's not a problem. All right, so then after that, I have another one of those homemade little side tab out of the stickers on December. Then that just marks the end of my months and the beginning of my daily planning. So if I turn to my little today bookmark, my page finder, it brings me to today. So I have my master schedule. The stuff written on the pink stickers is possible schedule changes that I'm testing, and then I'm going to see if it works good with the test or if I like it better the original way. And if I like it better the original way, I'll just rip off the little stickers after I'm done testing it. If I like it better with these alterations, then I'll eventually at some point add those in and reprint this out, or the stickers just might stay on till the end of the year. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, that's what I'm trying out right now. So this is my master schedule. It's laminated, the holes are slit, so it can follow my page finder. And so here's my page finder. It is a Moterm page finder. It's clear, and it's got inches and centimeters on it as a ruler, which is fabulous. It sticks out at the top and a little bit at the bottom, which is how I like. And I am doing day on 1 page. So here's today. So let me flip over to a more blankish one, with the exception of like me dating them. And these are free inserts. I love them. These are free inserts I printed out from Puffin Pages Co. And it's pocket size day on 1 page. And it's just, I've been using these and they've been working out fabulous for me. So I got the free file, I downloaded it, I print it out, and there's cut guidelines on it. So I print it out, it's 4 sheets per page, double-sided, so 1 sheet of paper gives you 8 days of planning, day on 1 page. I cut it out according to the cut lines that it comes with, and then I just punch them and pop them in. It's really quick. So here's a blank one. We have here is a next to daily plan. That's right, I just write the day and the date, and I date them out for the whole month ahead. And then this blank area up here, that's where I've been writing down my children's chores and my tracking. And then all these lines here, that's where I've been writing out my to-dos and my tasks. And then on this side it has morning, afternoon, and evening. I've been doing my meal planning there, and if I'm doing any food journaling, which I sometimes do, I have room to write that in here as well. And then the bottom line, the notes, that's where I've been writing my cleaning chores for the day. So I still am able to do on this 1 page what I was doing on day on 2 pages in personal size. I am writing down my tasks, my meal plan for the day with optional food journaling, my cleaning chores, and my children's cleaning chores. And I usually still have some white space left where I can write in extra stuff. Like today, I had all this white space, and I am using that for extra stuff. So that's handy. And I haven't had to yet, but if I need to write out some notes or some things that's not going to fit on the 1 page, then what I plan on doing is I will write a little asterisk and then write in the task or to-do the word notes. And then that'll remind me to look in my notes section. Then I'll flip to my sorted tab to the next blank page, write my notes in there. And that way that night when I'm going through my planner and processing the day and then preparing to plan the next day, I'll see asterisk notes in my to-do list. And that'll remind me to turn to my sorted section and look at the notes that I took down and get those processed and handled that night before I go to bed or earlier. So that's how I'm planning to handle that. So while I do have month on 2 pages in here for the whole year, I'm just doing day on 1 page for 1 month at a time in here. So when we get to the end of of September, then I will pop in inserts that I'll print out, trim, and punch. Just takes a minute or two. I mean, it's pretty quick for October. And then I'll sit down for 5 minutes and I will date those out so that they'll be ready for me. So that's what I'm using for my planning, and I am very much liking it. Okay, and then after that I have another one of those homemade sticker top tabs sticking at the top, and I have a sheet of filler paper, and at the top I labeled it 2023 plus, so I have future planning there. And then after that we come to my back matter. So I have a zip pocket, which I do have some things in. I have another zip pocket that's currently empty, but that I like to keep in here because sometimes I do need to use it. And then I have another zip pocket that has some of my extra cards and appointment cards in there, and I like to always have the very next appointment, for regardless who it is the current one showing through the window because the zip pockets are clear. And of course I have them written in my calendars as well. I have a top loading pocket, which is empty. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I like having it in here. And then I have a clear back page lifter, and I just have some labels on there of some reoccurring things that I stick in my master schedule from time to time when I need to. And then after that we come to my pockets here in the back. So I have my pen, and this is my favorite pen. This is the Sharpie S-Gel 0.7 in the black. I love the Sharpie pens. And then in this pocket here I just have a journaling card just for it to look cute. And then in the 3 slip pockets behind that I have my Visa, my license, and then my health insurance cards and things like that. And then that's all that's left in this tour is my big back pocket. So in my back pocket I have some bills waiting to be paid, I have some Bible study notes, and I have some spending cash, and I have some postage stamps, and I have deposit and withdrawal tickets for my bank and a few checks. So I really utilize the back pocket, and that's why this would no longer snap. When I finally got to using it fully and I put all the stuff that I want in the back pocket, it would no longer snap closed even on the loosest setting. This one is still snapping closed on the tightest setting. It is a reach, which I like because I'm trying to stretch the strap out a bit, but it stays closed. It doesn't undo in my purse, and there's going to be times where there will be a bit more in here than it is right now, and when those times happen I will gladly go to the looser snap, and that won't be a problem. With this one I've never been able to have it on the tight snap. I've always had to have it on the loose snap, and you know, now it won't close. And man, I love it. But I love this too, so I'm happy with it. So this concludes my planner tour for the month of September. I hope it blessed you or motivated you or inspired you in some way. If you have a planner, I would love to see a tour of it. Just drop me a comment about it where I can see your planner tour at in the comments of this video. And have a blessed day.